That's a great thing on today. I'm doing very well myself. Thanks for asking. Anyway, I'm glad to be here from Atlanta, Georgia, but Philadelphia is always going to be my home. Philly born and raised, and it's just a place I feel comfortable in, very comfortable. Matter of fact, down south they tell me that I'm too aggressive. I have a reality show coming out. It's called Preacher's Exes. One day I was sitting on my couch and the thought came, hey, write the reality show, and I did it. I didn't know a thing about writing reality shows or anything, or writing scripts. But I did a little research, and guess what? I got it done, and I got it picked up. And the crazy thing about the whole situation is, after I left my husband, I wrote the book. And the book has become the reality show, and now the reality show is getting ready to become a play as well. So I'm just excited about my life. I've been on welfare before. I worked my way through college with this little one on my hip. Yes, she's my daughter, but now she's also my publicist. She's getting ready to graduate college, and for that I'm very excited about. I tried to push her in the field of dental hygiene, in which I practiced for about 20 years, but she decided she wouldn't go and she wanted to take her own path. However, now I know that I needed her to be a publicist or a marketing person, because she's doing a phenomenal job for me, so give it up for Merlin Love. But guess what? Life is good. Life hasn't always been good, but life is good. When I was a little girl, I was molested by my uncle, and I was looking for love in all the wrong places. I went from man to man to man to man, but I still couldn't find the love that I desired. But one day I decided to love myself. We have a lot of young people that don't love themselves these days. Why? Because they're different. You know, a lot of times people don't like what's different. You know, people look at me and say, wow, she has a bald head, she doesn't wear a weave and all that kind of stuff. But guess what? Bald is beautiful, and I don't have cancer. I decided to shave my head. I had dreadlocks down here, but then I decided I wanted to go a different way. I didn't want to be like everybody else, because my heart isn't like everybody else's, and neither is my spirit. So what I want to encourage you with today is be different, be yourself, live your dream, live your goals. Whatever God has placed in your heart, be that and do that. If you're gay, if you're straight, if you're white, if you're black, if you're Latino, if you're Asian, be that, because God doesn't create no junk. Everyone's not going to be a size 2, but guess what? You could be a size 20-something and still look great and still be beautiful. Because skinny doesn't determine who you are. It's the heart of the matter that determines who you are. So say, I love myself. Say it a little louder. I love myself. And if you really love yourself, I ask you to stand up and say, I love myself. If you've been abandoned and feel like life has knocked you out the ballpark, guess what? It's time to get back up. A righteous man falls 7 times and he gets back up. So when you get back up with confidence, and you get back up ready to stride, and you have a new walk and a new talk, you know? Because guess what? It's your season, 10th graders. It's something in you that no one else has. So be great and be the only one that's doing that. If you look up the trailer that says it's Preacher's Ex's trailer on YouTube, I had so much criticism, and a lot of people talked about me. You have a bald head and all this kind of junk, and you're a whore and all that. And guess what? I love myself. I took it in stride, and I said, okay, I'm going to be a bald head whore with a reality show getting paid while you're hating on me. Because guess what? My haters make me great. When I did my Fox News radio interview, you know, I thought the white people would embrace me, but they came after me too. And not that I'm saying that I don't like white people because I love everybody. But guess what? I love myself. And when you love yourself, you'll be great, you'll do great. You'll sit down in the corner and you'll dream dreams. And you'll say, okay, this is a dream, but I'm going to make this reality. Why? Because I love myself. So if you love yourself, say it again. I love myself. Say it again. That's right. I love myself. I love myself that guess what? I lost some weight. I was about 46 pounds heavier, and my knees were hurting, and my feet was hurting. But guess what? Life had sucked the life out of me, and I was catering to everybody else and not taking care of this vessel. A lot of times we have to take care of this before we can take care of somebody else. And young girls, as you get older and you're getting in relationships and you're getting married, don't forget about you, because a lot of women, we forget about us and we're taking care of the man, we're taking care of the kids. But guess what? Our heart is broken and we're busted and disgusted. And guess what? I always told my kids, you're going to leave me at the end of the day. So guess what? I'm going to start doing me. I love you, but I'm going to do me, because if I can't take care of this, I can't take care of you. If I'm not healthy in here, I can't be no good to you. A lot of us suffer with mental illness. A lot of us suffer with depression and all these things. But guess what? Sometimes you just have to choose to be happy. You have to choose to smile. You have to choose to live and not die. Because guess what? Somebody wants to commit suicide today. But guess what? If you smile at them, that smile might break that spirit that's off of them. And they say, I decided that I'm going to live on today. So guess what? It ain't all about you, though it is about you. So be the best person that you can be. When I was 7, I got a disease in my eye called toxoplasmosis. And it caused me to be blind in my right eye. And yes, I am still blind in that right eye. But guess what? I tell people, but I can still see you. Because you don't always have to see in the natural, but you can see in the spirit. You know when someone's energy is off. You know when someone isn't meant to do you any good. So stop looking at what you see and look with this. Because this is going to tell you way more than this will ever tell you. But guess what? I love myself. So what I want you to start doing is be courageous, be bold, be excellent, be wise, be free. You know, freedom is this, that you can walk in a room and not care what anybody else thinks about you. Freedom is this, I embrace the gift that God has given me, or the uniqueness or the weirdness that God has given me, and I can go forth and still be happy. Freedom is this. Freedom is saying, I don't care what you think about me, because I'm going to do me and I'm going to be me, and I'm going to be the best me that I can be while you're watching. It's about your freedom. I do something called butterfly moments, because I lived in a cocoon for 15 years with a man that I couldn't stand. But one day I decided that I was going to be free. And when I came out of that cocoon, it was like it was a lioness coming out of a cage, because I felt like I was trapped all those years. But guess what? You don't have to be trapped, young people. You don't have to be trapped in your spirit. You know, a lot of you want to get out there and just fly and be you. Do it. What's holding you back? Long as you're not hurting yourself or someone else, why not? And to the adults in the room, I understand that a lot of the kids are dipping and dabbing into other things, and some are gay and all this kind of stuff. But guess what? Embrace who they are, because love covers everything. You can love someone to life, but when you pound them and you judge them, it breaks their spirit down even further. So allow them to be free. And I'm not saying that I agree with everything that what everyone is doing. But guess what? I'm going to love you to life regardless of what you're doing. I hang with little girls, or I have young ladies in my lives, because I don't really hang with them, who are strippers and all this other kind of stuff. And most people would say, oh, you're hanging with them or you're being with them. No, I'm mentoring them and I'm showing them that love can cover everything. Because everybody needs love. I needed love, and I wish that someone would have gave it to me when I was a young girl, because I wouldn't have been in all these different arms of all these different men. I just wanted somebody, one person, to embrace me and say, hey, you can make it. But adults, we have a mighty task to do. We can say, hey, maybe this isn't for you, but if it's for them, guess what? We are not their judge. I want everyone in here to learn to love yourself, regardless of who you are, what you have come from. My family came from the Richard Allen projects, and then my parents moved me later to the suburbs. But guess what? I asked my mama the other day, I said, Mom, why do I still have the hood in me? Why am I so feisty and things like that? And guess what? My feistiness, it does something to people. It stirs them up. My energy creates other positive energy because I learned to love myself. My mother wanted me to have a better life, but it's something in the hood that attracts me to the hood. Because even, in Atlanta, people say, oh, you need to be in Buckhead. I said, I'd rather be in Old National. Don't let the look fool you. Why? Because I love myself, and I know it's the people in the hood that I'm called to. I'm not called to the people who are dressed up in Ferragamos and Gucci and all that. Though I like those kind of things and I wear those kind of things, but I'm always going back to where I came from to let you know that you can be free and you can have those things too. Why? Dream big, aim high. And what I want you to do, if you have a gift inside of you, you nourish that gift. If you're an author, if you're a playwright, or the things that you inspire to do that. If you're a rapper and you like music and all that kind of stuff, do it. It's no time like the present. If you like to shoot hoops or if you like to read books all day, do it. But be the best that you can be. Why? Because you have excellence inside of you. It's all about you. And it's all about that butterfly becoming free. And as I was talking to my publicist over there, she said, Mom, you need to start the weirdo movement because you're weird and you meet a lot of weird people. And guess what? As soon as I get back from the beach today, I'm going to go on Facebook and start the weirdo movement. Because there's nothing wrong with being a little different than the rest. But I want you to say one more time, and I want you to stand up if you really believe it. And I want you to say, I love myself. Let's go. Say it a little louder. That's right. I love myself. It's all about you. It's somewhat about me. But it's about what we're going to do in the community. I love myself.
Thank you, Miss Griffin. Let's hear from it. We love Miss Griffin. Thank you so much for your motivational speech. Thank you. And I think what we're doing next follows right along. Certain students have worked so hard. You've all worked so hard this year. But before we leave, we're going to give out a few certificates to students who have just earned those extra grades in order to make it to honor roll. And so we are going to start. So we are going to start with our principals list. These are the students that have had all straight A's on the report card for the third marking period. And so we begin with Saray Torres. Come on down and bring your school bag. You'll be dismissed to lunch. Kayan Williamson. Damian Vicencio. Come on down.